it's just smart business on their standpoint. They've got the money. They purchase a competitive threat to their industry, and there's no law against not using technology. The National Academy of Sciences has identified 11 different patents that are currently on the shelf that could be used to dramatically increase fuel economy, and it's not a secret. It seems like one because we don't hear about it unless somebody tries to bring it out. But unless Charlie Sheen is hiding patents in his pockets, nobody knows about it. Nobody cares.
And it goes to, we had Umair Haq on the show from London a few days ago, I guess a week ago, where he was making the point that we calculate GDP completely wrong. Insofar as, for instance, an oil spill goes down as a GDP net positive because you have to spend money to clean it up. Of things that we calculate as economic positives that are utterly destructive to human beings and our universe is the ability for a competitor to purchase a competing patent that would solve the customer's problems, advance the issue. Another case of something that is legal and the same way GE doesn't pay its taxes, but maybe is not necessarily the best thing for the consumer stuff.
No, I completely agree, and I think one of the things that outrages a lot of people that have seen the film is the fact that we found a retired Shell scientist living in London who was asked by Shell to put together the data going back to the 30s on the kind of fuel economy they were able to achieve. And they were getting 150 miles per gallon on a Studebaker, and then in the early 70s we're getting over 300 miles per gallon on a Fiat, and they asked him to stop doing it because they thought it would be bad PR because it was at the height of the Mideast oil crisis. I mean, it's crazy.
Why are you smirking, Jeremy?
Well, Scott and I really didn't know anything about this topic when we started, and we heard story after story after story about different ideas, different technological ideas that could help solve our problem. In California, when we were filming this documentary, biodiesel was starting to take off. Now, we interviewed a number of different companies. There were startup companies. They were creating jobs. And since we finished filming the documentary, the California Water Resources Board has put a stop to the sale and the storage of biodiesel in California. Now, this is a great idea. It's a fuel that can be used in current diesel engines without any kind of alteration, just right off the shelf. And it's a technology, it's a locally produced alternative fuel, and it's already been stopped. And so we're talking about investing in alternative energy. We're talking about investing in the future. And this is an idea that we actually talked to a big shipping company, one of the biggest shipping companies in California, and they were doing a secret test to run it in their diesel trucks. So the ideas have existed for 100 years to improve our fuel economy, to move to alternative fuels, but we're not using any of them.
I got to let you guys go. I understand that you two, I'm looking at my notes, it says, interesting tidbit, both Roberts and Wagener are Republicans, which is, that's only at MS, right? You get that note. But I'm interested from you two to get a sense of whether you view either political party as any more or less corrupt when dealing with this issue, briefly.
No, what we found, it doesn't matter. There's no blue pump or red pump. We all use the same pump, and people on both sides of the aisle.
Well, listen, congrats on your journalism and turning your journalism into a film like this, and certainly a title that will make every 9 to 13-year-old boy wonder whether they should say it. Can I say this to my mother? The movie is Gashole of the filmmakers, Scott Robert and Jeremy Wagener. Good luck, gentlemen. Thanks for joining me this afternoon.